Dating sims have been around for decades, and I mean decades. The first dating sim to date was technically considered as Girls Garden 1984. However, the first official dating sim has collectively been agreed to be Nakayama Miho no Tokameki High School 1987. But I'm not here to talk about the generations of dating simulators. Instead, I'm here to talk about one specific game. A game where you can date literally everything. Welcome to Date Everything. The game features a widely diverse range of characters, from sweet and wholesome like Henry, a soft-spoken charmer voiced by Zeno Robinson, and there's Dorian, effortlessly friendly voiced by Ben Starr, and then there's Lucinda Lavish voiced by Sarah Natogeni.
Know that you've been a very good girl.
I'm autistic. I'm too autistic for this. And a classic. It wouldn't be a dating sim without at least one character to test your patience and your sanity. Say hello to John Liu, a smug, dramatic, but very handsome character, brought to life by Max Mittelman, who did such a great job, dare I say. And that's not even the full cast. There are many more characters to meet, date, and even hate. I mean, one of them is literally the embodiment of existential dread, and if that doesn't make you more curious, then honestly, I don't know what will. Date Everything has been blowing up lately, and honestly, it shouldn't be a surprise. The game has received an overwhelmingly positive review on Steam, making 95% of those reviews are recommended by over 500 plus players. It's even pulling in over 1,000 average views on Twitch. Why? Well, because people can't get enough of these beautiful, unreal... No, not you, shameless plug. But what really makes this game next level are the voice actors behind these characters. Some of the biggest names in the industry, the very people I grew up crushing on, and some of these characters involve Cat Noir, Hawks, Psycho, Ida, and honestly, I could keep going. It's like a dream knowing my favorite voice actors are in a dating game. So, after a very normal 6 hours...
Intently at dishes on the table.
Please talk to me, Sailor, please. Totally not obsessing over this game on stream, which, by the way, you can catch me live over at Dumb Girl on Twitch. There will be many more hours of this game to come. I've made the decision to make my own Date Everything OC. That's right, if you can date a door, a bed, and even air, why not throw my own design into this mix? At first, the idea came to me when I wanted to make something more of a persona for this game, so I started to think about items that would be tied to me. I went through a few ideas. The first was a Polaroid camera, due to my love for taking photos, especially of my friends. The second was a gaming microphone, because it's one of my most used things when I stream. And the last idea was headphones, specifically my Razer Cat headphones, which I wear almost every single day. But in the end, I took a step back and thought, what sort of item would really represent me, even if I hadn't owned one? And that's when it hit me. A flip phone. Now, full transparency, I've never owned a flip phone while growing up. However, I was born in that sweet spot of a year where flip phones were everywhere. They were iconic. I've always been obsessed with the early 2000s, Y2K. I grew up in cozy outfits, glittery accessories, cringy, questionable moments, and I wanted to bring a little of that chaotic early 2000s energy into this character design. If this character was in the game, I imagine you can find this character tucked away in the attic, sealed away inside of a dusty box, forgotten for years, buried beneath tangled Christmas lights and spooky Halloween decorations. Still holding on to every ringtone, every blurred selfie, and every late night message the character was afraid to send. I could see her saying something like, "You never called back, but I still saved your text." I will admit, I may have gotten a little too into this, but can you really blame me? If this video hits 50 likes, I'll work on a part 2, but here's the fun part. I'll be designing a brand new OC based entirely off of the most liked comment. So, drop your best or weirdest ideas below. Wanting a figure collection? K-pop albums? Tamagotchi as a character? I'm down for the challenge. For this character, I've decided to call her Fifi, short for Fiona. She'd be introduced as part of a time capsule DLC, a nostalgic expansion pack with forgotten treasures. Picture this, the dusty attic, cardboard boxes stacked high, but among them a specific box written on it, childhood or old things, and within the box, a Walkman playing tapes from the past, a broken CRT TV, hoping one day it can be fixed, a Tamagotchi waiting to be played with once more, a plushie sitting slightly ripped due to wear and tear, and of course, Fifi the pink flip phone. Glittered and stickered, slightly scuffed and still clinging onto everything you once told her. These characters weren't left behind just because they were broken, but abandoned due to the world moving on, faster, shinier objects coming to light. Fifi was once the MC's lifeline, holding onto blurry photos from school dances, half-written love confessions and texts they never had the courage to send. Despite how cringe the messages were, she never judged, keeping all the secrets, hearing all the rants, and buzzed with every emotion. But now she lives in silence, sealed away from the daylight, battery low, but still lighting up at the sounds of the footsteps below. Waiting for someone to remember her, waiting for that one notification that never came. Despite her bubbly, cheerful personality, she tries her best to please those around her, keeping other item secrets to herself while not having someone she can trust. The longer she's around people, especially the other characters in the attic, the more her battery starts to drain, needing time to herself. She's a little introverted when it comes to the rest of the cast, shy, reserved, like she's always a step out of sync with the modern world. But around you, the MC, she recharges completely. She clings to the moments that you give her attention. She lives for the way you used to rely on her. She'll do anything to feel that again. But don't let that bubbly voice and glitter charm fool you. Fifi remembers everything. Every awkward voicemail, every text you never sent, every low-res photos of your crush. She even remembers the exact ringtone you downloaded in school because it sounded dramatic. She might forgive you for replacing her, but she'll never forget the time you dropped her in gym class and pretended it wasn't that big of a deal. She's loyal, she's clingy, in the sweetest and most dangerous way. And when she gets angry, she still plays her default polyphonic ringtone, which is cute, until you realize she doesn't do it on purpose. I'm excited to explore her personality more, maybe even sketch a few in-game scenes, like date options and route dialogues. I've also brainstormed some possible lines that she might say during your time together. A playful, flirty line could be triggered during a good affection score moment. I may be outdated, but I still know how to make your heart ring. A soft sad line, maybe a post-time skip flashback scene or an attic moment. Sometimes I still light up, hoping it's you. A jokingly ominous could pop up when you're trying to reset our memories type of moment. Your messages are saved, your contact favorited, your secrets still encrypted probably. A sassy heartline, maybe if the player is on another character's route or tries to ignore her. You ghosted me? Well, that's cute, but I'm used to drop calls. And lastly, an affectionate line, true love or red flag, you decide. You don't need a signal for me to find you. I've had your number this whole time. I'm definitely going to keep developing her and maybe even give her a full route. Who knows? She might just become a dateable in a totally real and absolutely not fake fan-made expansion. Part 2.